ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੇ ਮਾਲਟਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਦਫ਼ਤਰ ਦਾ ਉਦਘਾਟਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਦੇ 16 ਸਾਲ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ ਅਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਲਾਂਚ ਦੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ। ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ, ਚਿਲਡਰਨ ਅਤੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਬਕਾ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਅਹਿਮਦ ਹੁਸੈਨ ਮੁੱਖ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਵਜੋਂ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋਏ। ਪੇਸ਼ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਮਦ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਝ ਖਾਸ ਝਲਕੀਆਂ।
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you.
ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟਸ ਅਤੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਵਰਗੇ ਕਈ ਅਹਿਮ ਮੁੱਦਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ। ਪੇਸ਼ ਹਨ ਅਹਿਮ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਦੇ ਕੁਝ ਹਾਈਲਾਈਟਸ।
Welcome to Parwasi Media Group, and you're watching Parwasi TV. This is Harneha Gulati. I'm going to be your host today. We're going to be together for the next 3 hours, and we are celebrating 16 years of Parwasi Radio and also launching Parwasi TV. Woohoo! And we have lots and lots of messages from people who are supporting Parwasi TV from all around the world. And with that, we have some special guests and celebrities and dignitaries joining us in the studio. And I'm just so glad to introduce Mr. Ahmed Hussain, Minister of Family, Children and Social Development. So good to have you here, sir.
Well, thank you so much for having me once again in Parwasi Media.
Yeah, we are going through the COVID crisis, but we're trying to keep our energies up, our motivation up, and thank you so much for making out here and taking time out. So how did you find the journey of Parwasi TV outside?
It's incredible. I mean, I've always had a deep amount of respect for Parwasi Media and what they do to inform the community about the important issues, but to see in picture form throughout the history of the 16 years what they've been able to achieve is really incredible. And what is even more exciting is the fact that they're launching a TV section, and I have no doubt that they'll go from strength to strength. So it is for me an amazing to witness such an amazing journey and an amazing contribution to the community and to Canada.
I'm just so glad to hear that. Also, the ethnic diaspora is increasing day by day. We see a lot of immigrants coming from different parts of India, Pakistan and other Southeast Asian countries. And we obviously want to be connected to back home, and we also want to be connected to Canada. So we're hoping that when we're going to be broadcasting 24-hour news from India or Pakistan, we should also be broadcasting the news from Canada.
Absolutely.
And, people here who have immigrated and who are becoming Canadian citizens. And with that, let me ask you, what do you think is the most important thing right now for the immigrant families that the ministry is working for?
Well, on a lot of issues, our position under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government has been to really prioritize people, investing in people first, making sure that we take care of families, that we take care of workers, this is a once in a lifetime pandemic. These are extraordinary times, and so we want to make sure that we have the backs of Canadians. And so whether it is increasing the Canada Child Benefit to help people with the higher cost of raising children, or providing the Canada Emergency Response Benefit to help people who have been laid off work, or whose jobs have disappeared because of the pandemic, or the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, where we actually subsidize the wages of employees. We pay 75%, up to 75% of the wages of employees who are working in these businesses. The focus has been to keep those folks working, so that they can continue to provide for themselves and their families. And that has been our focus, and will continue to be our focus. And I would say that people do appreciate the fact that we are focusing on them at this very difficult time, and that's what they expect us to do. And they also expect us to work with other levels of government, provincial partners, territorial partners, municipal leaders. Canadians expect us to all work together, and we've been doing that.
The back to school time is almost close by, and the Prime Minister has announced a lot of funding for that, for the provincial governments as well. What is your idea? What do you think about sending children back to school at the same time? Because I was talking to one of the teachers, and she said like 56% parents are planning to send, and the rest are planning to keep the kids at home. So it's kind of still in the dilemma if they're going to be going full time.
Look, I think the priority at the end of the day is the safety of the students, the kids, as well as the teachers. We have to do whatever we can to create a safe environment for them, a healthy environment. And I can relate to this because I'm the father of 3 young boys. Our 10-year-old is going back because we're very confident about the plan that has been presented to us as parents. So we're sending our 10-year-old son back to school. But the other 2, we're still figuring it out. So these are discussions that are happening in almost every household in Canada, of families who have children, including in my own family. So I think the more what we can do together at all levels of government to reassure parents that we are doing whatever we can to keep our kids safe, that's what matters. And keeping our kids safe is non-negotiable. You know, we have to make sure that it's a safe environment for our kids, but also for the teachers. And that is why, even though this is an area of provincial jurisdiction, our government came to add more resources to the province's efforts to reopen the schools safely. So you saw Prime Minister Justin Trudeau come down to Toronto and make an announcement of $2 billion to all provinces and territories. And not only that, make the funding flexible so that every region can use that money in a way that meets their local circumstances.
So could you elaborate a little bit more on flexibility?
So the flexibility is whether you need to create a little bit more space, whether you need to change your ventilation system, or use some of that money for cleaning supplies or personal protective equipment. It doesn't matter. As long as you're using that money to create a more safer environment in the school system, that is why the money is there. And we're getting that money quickly to provinces and territories because we feel that parents need a little bit more assurance. They've been expressing those concerns and they need us to all work together. And so even though it's provincial jurisdiction, we stepped in to say, okay, we will add these extra resources. $1 billion this fall and another $1 billion next year, again, to provide that certainty of funding for this academic year.
ਸਮੋਸਾ ਐਂਡ ਸਵੀਟ ਫੈਕਟਰੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਥ ਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਲਈ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਕਾਬਲ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ 500-700 ਡੱਬੇ ਦਾ ਆਰਡਰ few hours ਵਿੱਚ ਰੈਡੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੋ ਆਰਡਰ ਛੋਟਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਵੱਡਾ, always remember pure vegetarian, highly hygienic, HACCP and GMP certified. Samosa and Sweet Factory, 1850 Albion Road, Unit 6, Etobicoke. Call 416-241-2600 or 416-213-1165 or visit samosasweetfactory.com. Canada ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ, so beware of copycats.
ਬ੍ਰਾਈਟ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੋਮ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਸ਼ਨ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਵੇਂ ਵਾਸ਼ਰੂਮ ਬਣਵਾਣੇ ਹੋਣ ਜਾਂ ਵਾਸ਼ਰੂਮ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਾਣੇ ਹੋਣ, ਪਲੰਬਿੰਗ, ਹਾਰਡਵੁੱਡ, ਲੈਮੀਨੇਟ ਫਲੋਰਿੰਗ, ਫਲੋਰ ਟਾਇਲਸ ਅਤੇ 에ਅਰ ਵੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਕੰਮ ਲਈ ਪੂਰੇ GTA ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਨਾਮ, ਬ੍ਰਾਈਟ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੋਮ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਸ਼ਨ। ਵਧੀਆ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲਈ ਕੁਲਬੀਰ ਸੱਧੂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 4169707171 416 970 7171। ਹੋਮ ਲਾਈਫ ਲਿਬਰਟੀ ਹੁਣ ਐਂਗਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੱਲਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਨਵਾਂ ਪਲਾਜ਼ਾ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਤੋਂ 45 ਮਿੰਟ ਅਤੇ ਬੈਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਸਿਰਫ 10 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੀ ਦੂਰੀ ਤੇ। ਜੇ ਬਰਾਰ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਰ ਆਫ ਰੈਕਰਡ, ਇਹ ਪਲਾਜ਼ਾ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਸਮਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ।
Exclusive units available ਹਨ convenience stores, restaurants, pizza store, beauty salon ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ businesses।
4163012650
416 301 2650।
Also, we know that during this pandemic, a lot of seniors have gotten very affected.
Yes.
You know, they don't have
Yes,
the
absolutely.
ways to go outside, get the groceries, get their everyday chores done, and a lot of volunteers are kind of stepping
Yes.
in to help them out. So, is there anything by the government that the seniors are
absolutely.
eligible
Oh, yeah.
for?
Seniors we've been prioritizing their safety and security at this time. I mean, this pandemic, you know, people say that the coronavirus doesn't know any borders or any differences in class or religion or ethnicity or whatever. That's correct.
That is correct.
But it has had a disproportionate impact on the most vulnerable populations.
Right.
It has had a disproportionate impact on homeless individuals, on seniors who are vulnerable, on Canadians with disabilities, on people who are on the front lines, right? So what we have done is prioritize those populations, and we set up something called the Emergency Community Support Fund, a $350 million fund to help the community organizations that are serving those populations.
Okay.
Like you said, the volunteers who are feeding the seniors and providing food to them and delivering medication, for example, right? So those community-based organizations are themselves facing pressures because of the COVID-19 situation. So the fund is to enable them to at least continue that work or hopefully even expand their capacity to serve more vulnerable people. So we've done that. The second thing we've done is provided more support to seniors through the old age security payments and the guaranteed income supplement. So we increased that with one-time payments and the GST tax credit as well. They got a little bit more money through that. And then for the seniors who are working, who were working and who lost their jobs, many of them are also eligible for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which is $1,000 every 2 weeks for this period of time. So again, there's many ways we're supporting seniors, but for the most vulnerable, the Emergency Community Support Fund has made a difference, and I've seen that with my own eyes.
Right. A very important question. You know, everybody is traveling to US through through Canada, and people from US are coming to Canada. The borders we open and we keep them closed. What do you think is going to be the status for the next couple of months, say for 2021?
Well, to be clear, the border is closed now.
Yeah.
It's only open for the most essential workers.
Right.
Either healthcare professionals or truck drivers who are delivering essential supplies from the US to Canada and vice versa. It's not open to regular travelers, it's not open to tourism, it's not open to people like that. Because we're following the health advice of our world-class health experts. And as long as they continue to recommend those measures, we will listen to them. The safety and health of Canadians is the priority. It's not easy to close the border with our largest trading partner, but we have to do what we have to do to keep Canadians safe.
What do you think about 2021? How is it going to be like?
Look,
I mean, the early stages.
It's hard to predict because everything depends on our behavior now. So as long as Canadians continue to socially distance, to put on the masks, and to take the right steps, as long as we follow the healthcare advice, we can really flatten the curve and hopefully get into a situation in which we prevent a second wave. But again, that's half of the answer. But the other point is what happens in the United States, what happens beyond our borders. And
because United States, the cases are obviously rising.
Absolutely, and so we have to make sure that we protect Canadians. So we'll continue to re-examine that issue. So far the border is closed. But whether we open or not will not be a political decision. It'll be a health-based decision. It'll be a decision where we respect the health advice of the healthcare experts.
You know, I wanted to bring this to the notice because we're going to a lot of shops, we're going to a lot of businesses, small businesses, big businesses. They're very short of stock. There's not much coming from different sources, from different countries. Do you think the Canadian government is going to devise a policy or a strategy for the foreign workers to come and kind of start by bringing them here and start Canadian production?
Well, on some issues, yes. So like, for example, personal protective equipment, we have ramped up the capacity of Canadian businesses to produce locally, hand sanitizers, other PPE, but even other equipment like ventilators, for example. So that is already underway, and we have had very early in the pandemic. We put together a strategy with a lot of resources to support local production. For the long term, I think the supply chains around the world will recover. I mean, goods are still coming from the United States. We still receive food and other supplies from the United States. So that hasn't stopped. There have been some temporary impacts on the supply chains. However, if you talk to the big grocery stores and others, they'll tell you that there's no danger of food running out in Canada. They've managed to adjust their supply chains, and things are holding on. At the same time, we've provided a lot of money to through our agriculture budget to provide supports to those farmers, to fishers, and also doing a lot what we can to also facilitate conditions for temporary foreign workers, make work more safe for them, and put more protections there. But we've also introduced immigration measures to ease people's difficulties. For example, in the past, if you're a temporary foreign worker and your work permit expires, you would have to leave the country and apply from outside.
That is correct, yeah.
We've made a temporary change to that, whereby you can apply from Canada now. The same thing if you are a temporary visa holder who got stuck in Canada and who has no way of getting out. We're now allowing those folks to apply for a work permit so that they can help us meet our labor shortages. So we have introduced a number of those measures. For international students, we're allowing them to work longer hours if they're engaged in something that is fighting COVID-19 pandemic. Again, recognizing that we need people to help us meet our needs.
There were some students who reached Toronto Pearson Airport and they were sent back, around 20 international students. And they were like, you could do the programming online, why did you have to come to Canada? And they're like, oh, no internet, no electricity. So couldn't they stay here? What was the basic reason for that?
I'm not familiar with that case. It's hard to comment on very specific cases. But look, I mean, our borders have been closed for a really long time for good reason, except for essential workers. And so there must have been a really good reason for the Canada Border Services Agency to deny them entry, but I'm not familiar with the particular circumstances.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Hussain, for coming to our studio, to coming to Parvasi TV. We really hope to see you more here, discuss more on topics, and please bring us the latest news, the latest that the Canadian government is doing for everybody. And
well, thank you so much for having me. I've always enjoyed coming, from time to time to Parvasi Media, and I want to congratulate you on 16 strong years of serving the community, serving Canada, creating prosperity and jobs for the community members, and I wish you the best for the new TV channel.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you. And before we proceed further, let's go to see some of our supporters, some of our advertising supporters giving us some wonderful messages.
ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਦੇ ਸੰਦੇਸ਼ ਵੀ ਭੇਜੇ ਗਏ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਧੜਕਣ ਧਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੁਪਰਸਟਾਰ ਤੇ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਦਾਕਾਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਮਾਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਜਿਮੀ ਸ਼ੇਰਗਿੱਲ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹਨ। ਪੇਸ਼ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੰਦੇਸ਼।
हेलो दोस्तों, जेड़े मेरे भैन भरा, मेरे बच्चे बच्चियां इस वक्त मैनू सुन रहे ने, उन्होंने सारे जी जान नाल प्यार ते बहुत सारिया दुआ। तुसीं सोच रहे होंगे अज धर्मेंद्र साडा अचानक की कहना चाहते हैं। एक खुशखबरी सुनाना चाहना और नाल बधाई देना रजिंदर सैनी नूं कि उन्होंने ब्रॉडकास्टिंग, रेडियो ब्रॉडकास्टिंग जिहड़ा इस 30 अगस्त नूं 16 साल मुकम्मल कर लेगा। उहदे नाल ही उस दिन वो अपना एक प्रवासी टीवी चैनल भी शुरू कर रहे हैं, जिसके जरिए तुसी श्री ननकाना साहब, श्री करतारपुर साहब तो कीर्तन भी सुन सकिया करोगे। बड़ी खुशी की गल है कि तुहानू ऑल ओवर पंजाबियों नू सारा कुछ सुनने मिलेगा। मेरिया दुआ ने कि प्रवासी मीडिया, रजिंदर सैनी पूरे जोश खरोश नाल जी जान नाल अपने इस फर्ज नूं निभाउण अच्छी तरह चंगी गल करन जा रहे हैं। दिलों दुआएं उन्हां लई और तुहानूं सारिआं नूं एक बारी फिर रज के प्यार ते बहुत सारियां दुआं। खुश रहो, जींदे रहो।
सत श्री अकाल जी सैनी साहब, मुबारकां जी। प्रवासी रेडियो ने 16 साल पूरे कर लेने जी, बहुत बहुत मुबारकां थानू ते 16 ग्लोरीअस ईयर्स एंड मेरे वालों बेस्ट विशेस ने जी थानू प्रवासी टीवी ਲਈ भी जिहड़ा कि तुसीं हुण शुरू करन लगे हो ते महाराज चढ़दी कला च रखण। फतेह गुरफतेह।
ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਨੇਹੇ ਭੇਜੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੰਦਾ ਲਾਅ ਐਂਡ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟਸ, HB ਅਕਾਊਂਟਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਅਟਲਾਂਟਿਕ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਸੁਨੇਹੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਪੇਸ਼ ਹਨ।
ਜਗਮੋਹਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੰਦਾ ਐਂਡ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਲਾਇਰਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੂੰ, ਰਜਿੰਦਰ ਸੈਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਟੀਮ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਾਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਨੂੰ 16 ਸਾਲ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਨੂੰ 18 ਸਾਲ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਚੈਨਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਟੀਵੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਭਕਾਮਨਾਵਾਂ। ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤਰੱਕੀਆਂ ਕਰੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੈਂਚਰਸ ਤਰੱਕੀਆਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਨਿਰਪੱਖਤਾ ਨਾਲ, ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਨਾਲ ਰਜਿੰਦਰ ਸੈਣੀ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਲਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਬੜੇ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਟਡ ਜਰਨਲਿਸਟ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ 16-18 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਰੋਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਦੇ ਲੁੱਕ ਫਾਰਵਰਡ ਟੂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨ ਲਈ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਬੇਚੈਨ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਆਏ ਅਤੇ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ। ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਟੀ ਵੀ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ ਦੁਗਣੀ ਰਾਤ ਚੌਗਣੀ ਤਰੱਕੀ ਕਰੇ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਟੀਮ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਭਕਾਮਨਾਵਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ।
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਅਮਰਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਐਂਡ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਸੁਭਾਸ਼ ਪੁਨੀਆ ਐਂਡ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਟਲਾਂਟਿਕ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਰਜਿੰਦਰ ਸੈਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਦੇ 16 ਸਾਲ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਹੋਣ 'ਤੇ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਂਡ ਵੀ ਵਿਸ਼ ਹਿਮ ਗੁੱਡ ਲੱਕ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਅਗਸਤ 30 ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ TV ਚੈਨਲ ਲਾਂਚ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਅਚੀਵਮੈਂਟ। ਮਿਸਟਰ ਸੈਣੀ ਨੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ 16 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ, ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ। ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਗਾਈ ਐਂਡ always good to have him on your side.
सैनी साहब, हरियाणा कम्युनिटी की तरफ से आपको 16 वर्ष पूरे करने पर लाख बधाई है।
I'd like to congratulate Pravasi Radio on their achievements in moving on to Pravasi TV. Right, all the best and good luck.
Hi, my name is Harman. On behalf of HB Accounting, we would like to congratulate Pravasi Radio for completion of 16 years in service. Pravasi Radio has been bringing the best in South Asian entertainment and news in Canada. Also, Pravasi TV is going to be launching on 30th August. So we would like to congratulate them for this achievement as well. Thank you.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਸਪਾਲ ਸਿੰਘ। ਬਿਹਾਫ ਆਫ HP ਅਕਾਊਂਟਿੰਗ ਮੈਂ ਸੈਣੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਗ੍ਰੈਚੁਲੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ। ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਕਾਮਨਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਰੱਕੀਆਂ ਮਾਣਨ। ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਦੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਈ ਅਹਿਮ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਈਆਂ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਸਟ੍ਰੀਟਵਿਲਸ ਤੋਂ MPP ਮੈਡਮ ਨੀਨਾ ਤਾਂਗੜੀ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਸਨ।
Well, thank you very much. I'm Nina Tangri, Member of Provincial Parliament in Mississauga, Streetsville, and it's really exciting to be here today at the launch of Pravasi TV 24. It really is exciting watching them throughout the years. This is also their 16th anniversary, so I really want to congratulate Rajinder, Meenakshi and their entire team on being just wonderful mediums for us to listen to the news from all over the world, to make sure that we're informed, and a very a great way for us to learn about what's happening outside of here in Ontario. So I want to thank the team and congratulate them on this new venture that they're taking on and wish them all the success. I think it's great. I think that they've looked at many different ways that they there are many different mediums, and for everybody different mediums is what they like. Some people prefer the newspaper in their hand, some prefer to listen to the radio, some TV. So I think they've really been able to branch out and look at all the different ways that people can get the information to make sure that everybody gets the information. So I really congratulate them on that.
ਇਹ ਸਨ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਦੇ 16 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਜਸ਼ਨ ਅਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ TV ਲਾਂਚ ਦੇ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੇ ਆਯੋਜਿਤ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਝ ਝਲਕੀਆਂ। ਕੱਲ ਫਿਰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇਸੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਮਹਿਮਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਤਦ ਤੱਕ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ TV।